My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support system can only function for 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What was it? Is it alive? A machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light, swaying back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press the A button. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. The shape is similar to the pick brown carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try and grab it and throw it with the A button. I call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to the C and X, the C stick and X button as well. The following controls appear to allow me to several viewpoints. The L to rotate the camera, the R to zoom in and out, and Z to change angle. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. Astonishing. The onion has sown more seeds. This small red pellet the pigment harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be a type of food that can propagate more pigment. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. As you can see with the numbers on them, the blue number requires the number of Pikmin to carry the item, while the bottom one shows the amount that are being carrying it. The more you have, though, the faster it can move. But in the case of these Pikmin being relief, they're actually the slowest to move around. So pretty much you'll just have to focus on finding a way to get them faster, or at least have higher numbers to get them to carry the stuff quickly. And with this, though, you'll be able to head for this little obstacle to carry all of them at once. Think of this like you're commanding a tiny little army in a way. Only the Pikmin are like your subordinates, your beck and call, to do tasks that are impossible for them to do. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that will be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up everything I've learned of the Pikmin conduct. Approach and press the A to pick sprouts. A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them. B to call them back. X to disband them. C to command and control the group. The L and Z control my perspective. I record all this in my computer. I can press the Y button to access this computer. And with that, though, you see the first part. But we are not going to touch that yet until we have the required number first. We gather all these Pikmin and grab the stuff here to reach back to the onion. And have the numbers up to 25 for the Pikmin. When many seeds sprout at once, I find this more tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife has always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I ought to try to get all of them done once by repeatedly tapping the A button until I pluck all the Pikmin from the ground. And I notice that when I add the Pikmin to my group, they become filled with a bright excitement and flush with a bright color. Other times they can revert to a paler hue and give a dim glow off. A paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between the Pikmin. So in short, though, when they're bright colored, that means they'll be, you know, close to your group. But if they're not, though, then that means you'll have to call them back again. Wait, I know for sure that he left one of them around here somewhere. Oh yeah, right. And with this, you already obtained your first part. Amazing. There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? With that, though, the 25, it will take a while for it to reach the ship until you get them back. But if it was me earlier, though, I would have just managed to get them all flowers at first to go through it. But if you tap the A button nearby the park, you can get a little description to summarize everything up. Dolphin's main engine. It was probably like I found this piece at first. With this, I can at least lift off. But yeah, as you notice though, there's no time limit on this one. The first day is just trying to get used to the controls of the game, and at least know the limits of your Pikmin that you have. And with this, though, we are about to have the first day over altogether. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That church starts tomorrow. With this, we have the end of the first day and the start of the Pikmin playthrough. At least on how I had to do it on my strategy. But just so you know, this isn't the first time I had to do it, though. I had to have a little practice, though, to work on having the fastest speedrun as possible, with the last number of days to deal with. One day since impact. I have somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the Onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or they immediately decide to join me for reasons. Either way, it seems they'll help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin's missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hugotate. My analysis shows life support systems can only function for 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? A dense force is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Force of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. With the total shown on here, this shows the results for every day you'll have to go for your Pikmin population. One to show how much they increased or decreased, number that you've grown in the day, those that were killed in battle, or those that you suddenly leave behind. The onion number shows how many you have currently inside the onion, and the one below it shows the parts of the ship remaining to collect, and the number of days left on there. With this, we end through with the first day. So I'll see you on to the next one.